Something very unusual is happening in the silver market right now. And if you're not paying attention, you might completely miss one of the most important opportunities of this decade. I'm talking about the gap between silver prices in China and the United States. It's not just widening, it's exploding. And when I say exploding, I mean the kind of move that usually only happens once in a generation. Prices that look calm on the surface are hiding massive pressure underneath. If you want to understand why this is happening and how you could position yourself before the window closes, stay tuned because what I'm about to explain could change the way you see silver forever. Before we dive in, if you're serious about staying ahead in the silver market, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Silver Reset. We post updates and insights that can't be found anywhere else, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's start with the basics. Silver has always been a global commodity, but here's the catch. It doesn't trade at the same price everywhere. In China, silver has been steadily climbing for months, driven by a combination of strong industrial demand, government stockpiling, and frankly, a bit of fear that the US dollar might weaken further. Meanwhile, in the United States, silver has been stuck in a frustrating range for investors, with prices hovering around familiar levels and traders waiting for a major breakout. So what happens when the price in China is significantly higher than the price in the US? That's where the term arbitrage window comes into play. Essentially, it means there's a huge opportunity for those who understand the flow of silver between global markets. Traders, companies, and even governments can buy silver in one place and sell it in another to capture massive profits from the price difference. But here's the thing, these windows don't stay open for long. Once the market catches up, the gap closes and the opportunity disappears almost overnight. Right now, the gap between China and the US silver prices is at levels we haven't seen in years. Chinese demand has surged, partially due to industrial expansion, partially due to fears over inflation and currency shifts, and partially because of a growing belief that the world is moving toward a silver shortage scenario. In the US, the market has been slower to react, leaving a window that could reward those paying attention right now. Silver Reset has been tracking these signals closely, and what we see is the perfect storm for a rapid price convergence. Here's why everyday investors like you should care. You don't need to be a professional trader or have insider knowledge to benefit from this. Understanding where silver is undervalued versus overvalued and the timing of when these arbitrage opportunities appear can allow you to make strategic moves that are far more profitable than just holding silver blindly. Imagine buying silver at one price here and seeing it aligned with the higher international price over the next few weeks or months. That's the kind of opportunity that can create serious returns if timed correctly. Now, let's break down the mechanics of what's happening. In China, silver demand isn't just coming from investors, it's coming from manufacturers, technology companies, and even the government. Silver is essential in electronics, solar panels, and even new green technologies, which are booming in China right now. This industrial demand, combined with rising investment demand, has pushed Chinese silver prices higher than US prices, creating a rare mismatch. At the same time, US silver prices are influenced heavily by futures markets, particularly the COMEX, and have not caught up to the realities of global demand. That lag is exactly what creates the arbitrage window. Traders who can move silver efficiently between markets or investors who understand the underlying demand dynamics can potentially capitalize on this gap. You might be wondering, why hasn't this been widely reported? The truth is, most mainstream financial news focuses on stock markets, bonds, or even gold, but silver is often overlooked, despite being just as crucial. Channels like Silver Reset focus specifically on these kinds of market inefficiencies and global signals. We watch the silver markets from multiple angles, tracking price spreads, demand trends, and even government policies to make sense of where opportunities are forming before they hit the headlines. Timing is everything here. If you look at history, similar gaps between US and Chinese silver prices have only appeared a few times over the last decade.
Each time the window opened, savvy investors noticed, and when the gap closed, it led to rapid price movements in both directions. Missing these moments can mean missing thousands of dollars in potential gains. That's why this is not just information, it's a call to action. So what should you do? First, pay attention to global silver prices, not just what you see locally. Chinese markets are leading indicators right now. Second, consider your options carefully. You don't have to act recklessly, but staying informed about arbitrage opportunities and market dynamics is key. Third, remember the value of timing. The longer the gap persists, the more risk and reward it carries. This is exactly the kind of insight Silver Reset provides for everyday investors, helping you position yourself before the market catches up. Let's talk numbers briefly. The gap we're seeing today is larger than anything since 2021, and even larger than some of the flash spikes during past crises. While I won't give specific price predictions, what I will say is this. When these kinds of gaps occur, they are often followed by significant adjustments in the US silver price. That's why monitoring the window is crucial. And for those who are ready, this is exactly the moment when small, smart investments can yield outsized results. Another factor contributing to this arbitrage window is the relative strength of the US dollar versus the Chinese yuan. Currency shifts can magnify price differences, and right now, dollar weakness in certain sectors is adding fuel to this divergence. Combined with the rising Chinese demand, this is why the gap isn't just a minor blip, it's a significant market signal. It's also important to understand that these kinds of situations often attract more players once word gets out. Institutional investors, hedge funds, and even some retail investors may begin moving quickly, which can close the arbitrage window faster than you expect. That's why keeping an eye on early signals, staying informed, and being prepared to act is critical. This is exactly why Silver Reset emphasizes timely market alerts and updates, giving viewers the knowledge they need to act before mainstream news catches up. Now, you might be thinking, is this risky? And yes, like any investment, silver carries risk, but the difference here is information. Being informed about the gap, understanding why it exists, and knowing when the window may close reduces much of that risk. It's about positioning yourself intelligently, not gambling blindly. Everyday investors can benefit greatly by paying attention to trends that professionals are already noticing, but the wider public has not yet acted on. What makes this even more urgent is that arbitrage windows don't last forever. The longer the gap persists, the more likely it is that prices in one market will adjust rapidly to match the other. That's exactly when you'll see volatility spike, and volatility equals opportunity for those who understand it. Silver Reset has been tracking this closely, and we can see the early signs of movement that could trigger a rapid alignment between US and Chinese prices. For anyone watching right now, the takeaway is simple. Pay attention, act smart, and don't wait for everyone else to notice. The gap is your signal, and timing is everything. Being proactive now can position you far ahead of the average investor who is waiting for mainstream news to react. In the next few weeks, we could see a significant convergence of prices. That convergence could lead to rapid gains for those already holding positions or for those who enter carefully before the window closes. The key is understanding both the risk and the timing and acting decisively when the market gives you a clear signal. That's exactly what channels like Silver Reset are here for, to help everyday investors see these opportunities before they vanish. So what's the first step you should take? Start by following global silver price trends closely. Watch Chinese market reports, track COMEX movements, and pay attention to any government policy updates that could impact supply or demand. Every piece of information matters, and the sooner you start paying attention, the better your position will be when the market adjusts. If you're finding this information valuable so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Silver Reset. We break down complex market dynamics into actionable insights so that everyday investors like you can navigate silver markets with confidence and clarity. In conclusion, the China versus US silver gap is more than just a number on a chart. It's a clear signal of a market imbalance, a rare arbitrage opportunity, and potentially one of the most important moments for silver investors in years. The opportunity to act won't last forever, and the sooner you understand it, the better your chances are of capturing the potential gains. Silver Reset will continue tracking this, and staying informed is your biggest advantage. Finally, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this silver gap? Are you considering acting on this opportunity, or will you wait and see how the market unfolds? Drop a comment below, share this video with friends or family who might be interested, and let's get a discussion going. The more you engage, the more we can all learn from each other. Remember, in markets like this, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit.